digitalization. CMEO Biotrop is supported by prominent experts in implementing its programs and activities. Products as the outputs of CMEO Biotrop's program implementation. CMEO Biotrops its international networks, linkages and various beneficiaries. CMEO Biotrops is equipped with quality facilities in conducting its activities. Place our hearts for CMEO Biotrop.
Greetings from CMEO Biotrop. We will take you to Biotrop campus, located at Jalan Raya Tajur, Bogor, West Java, Indonesia.
As the community learning park, CMEO Biotrop is equipped with 14 research laboratories as well as greenhouses and research fields.
Yeah. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Honorable our Chair of 51st Governing Board meeting, Commissioner Adrian Jalila. It also our Governing Board from PDT. For the Governing Board member and representatives. Thank you very much. Here we have from Brunei Darussalam, from Cambodia, from Laos, Indonesia, Malaysia, Myanmar, and also maybe from Singapore and Thailand also. And the Honorable, the Director of Science Secretary or Representative, and then Coordinator of the Cooperation and Public Relations of Ministry of Education, Culture, and Research and Technology from Republic Indonesia, and Dayana, Director of Samuel Beltrop, Dr. Zohan Imran, Honorable also Dr. Deputy Director for Administration, Dr. Benina, and also our representative here, we have our governing board member from Indonesia, Professor Dr. Arif Satria. Also, we have from universities and Malaysia, Professor Mastur Raja Prabhasova. And then our moderator we have here, Ms. Dewi Suryani. And then representative, our collaboration committee also from University Science Malaysia. Thank you very much for your help and your participation, and also our participants in offline and online platform. Let me introduce myself. My name is Romi Aryansha. I'm actually the coordinator of this regional workshop. So without further ado, I would like to introduce a little bit about Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism program that we have in Samuel Beltrop. But maybe it's easy to explain by our video we have provided. So please, Pak Haris.
Semio-Biotrop is the center of technology and innovation in the fields of tropical biology in Southeast Asia. With the support of adequate facilities and a strategic location, Semio-Biotrop welcomes scientific visits to almost 5,000 visitors every year. Through this activity, Semio-Biotrop can promote activities, facilities, and achievements to schools, universities, government institutions, and private sectors at national and international levels. Semio-Biotrop is going to develop the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism program to support biodiversity conservation. The initial phase of Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism development in 2022 starts by holding a focus group discussion with the stakeholders and by developing visiting areas such as Stingless Bee Garden, which is a learning area for stingless beekeeping; Aquatic Garden, as an area for aquaculture and learning aquaponics system; Sensory Garden and Smart Agriculture, an area for biodiversity education and learning ecosystem model; Biotrop Science Technology Expo, an indoor educational area to learn biotrop science and technology.
In 2023, Semio-Biotrop continues to strengthen the existing Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism program through the development of its biodiversity utilization prototype. Through the development of this prototype, it is hoped that the quality of the program will improve, focused, structured, and thematic. To complement the function of these prototypes, as a biodiversity learning area, Semio-Biotrop has prepared a learning prototype module for biodiversity utilization in the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism program at Semio-Biotrop. The Stingless Bee Garden Learning Prototype module contains detailed information about stingless bees, such as an introduction to insects in general and stingless bees in particular. Aquatic Garden Learning Prototype module contains a general explanation about aquatic gardens, along with materials related to aquaponic learning in general. The Sensory Garden and Therapeutic Garden Learning Prototype module and the Smarts Agriculture Learning Prototype module are tools used to implement the biodiversity learning ecosystem model, designed to be an educational and learning prototype that is implemented in an integrated activity carried out indoors and outdoors. Edible Mushroom House is designed to be a prototype for learning edible mushroom cultivation, zero waste cycle production, and its derivative product. Biotrop Science and Technology Expo, BESTI, is designed to be a show window for various innovation products developed from several studies that has been conducted by Simeo Biotrop. Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism program can be a great tool to educate public about biodiversity with a fun way, while it is still not put the education and conservation aspect aside.
So that is the video. It explained the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism program in Simeo Biotrop has been we have been developed since 2022, and then we are still working. Then we produced the master plan last year, and then we also developed several prototypes. And before we can start to the next agenda, we can have. We would like to have the direction from our Indonesia, from Professor Satria, about our Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism. So please.
Terima kasih. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Chair of Governing Board from Aldrin Darila from the Philippines, then governing board members and official representative from Brunei, Cambodia, Laos, Indonesia, Malaysia, Myanmar, Singapore, and Thailand. Director of Simeo Secretariat and her representative, Coordinator Corporation Public Relations, Ministry of Education, Culture and Research and Technology, Bapak Yayat Hidayana, and Director of Simeo Biotrop, and the Deputy Director, Pak Irfan dan Pak Ferdinand. Yang juga saya hormati, Honorable Profesor Dr. Mastura Jafar, as the host from the School of Biological Science from the University of Science Malaysia, and all participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor for me to talk about the initiation of Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism in Southeast Asia countries. I think it is very timely for us to exchange the experiences, to exchange the idea, insight, and point of view regarding how to develop Agro-Edu-Tourism. Agro-Edu-Tourism is very, very important for us as kind of learning method to educate the students regarding the experience in farming. That agriculture is not only for food, agriculture, and we have many kind of product of agriculture. Agriculture for food is very important, but on the other hand, we need to understand that agriculture also is very important for energy. Agriculture as well as important for biomaterials. In IPB, for example, now we have already developed the invention and now become innovation. For example, how to develop the product from the waste of fruit bunch of oil palm, now become helmet. So we call green helmet, not only the colors, but this means that how to develop the green materials of helmet from fruit bunch of oil palm. It is very, very, it's quite new in Indonesia. And on the other hand, we also develop, for example, develop fashion materials from fruit bunch and how to develop bulletproof from fruit bunch of oil palm. So from oil palm, we can generate many bioproducts, and now we also develop feed for animal production, also from the waste of oil palm production. And I think we have many kind of innovations that we can generate from agricultural products. So now we arrive at the conclusion that agriculture sector is the new way of life. Because if we depend on the materials from the non-renewable materials, such as mining materials, something like that, it is not renewable. But if we talk about the future of our life, we need to develop the biomaterials. I think biomaterials become a potential in the future, not only for business, but as well as for our life. Regarding how to develop agro-eco-tourism in Indonesia, I would like to invite Pak Ferdinand to continue because Pak Aldrin and Prof. Master Jafar, I would like to apologize because I should be leaving for airport in 9:40 because I have a meeting this afternoon in Indonesia and in Bogor. So the presentation will be performed by Pak Ferdinand as the Deputy of Administration of Biotop. Please.
Okay, thank you very much, our President. Because the time is very limited, and I would like maybe to present later on. I think we have some change schedule a bit for refreshment, and then because to allow from Arif Satria to leave the room and maybe for something else, because there will be two speakers for this Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism rather than we have separated, and I just found there is 5 minutes left from it's okay? Okay, so the initiative program of Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism, next slide please. So this is just the new relation between Syamia Biotrop, Ministry of Education, and IPB University. That's why Prof. Arif Satria explaining a lot about IPB University. We are expecting from other GB member as well, if you want to be part of this Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism. Next slide. So when we develop the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism, is still related with our flagship program, sustainable use of biodiversity, ecosystem restoration, and resilience on climate change. Next. So this is the publication that I already told you before in the previous days. We are expecting, we not only working on the publication material, but also on prototyping, so we can found the real world problem to the student for a better education. Next slide. So this is the plan and target of Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism program initiated by GB member in GB meeting 59 in 2021. 2022 up to 2026, that is the target, activity, and the output. We want to start from design the concept of Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism, then we develop prototype and knowledge product. We bring some of the product here in terms of the documents that you can find out on also the biodiverse magazine. So in 2022, development of master plan, and then defining criteria and indicator for implementation. That's why last time when our GB chair, Prof. Darilak, asked me, how about the document? We have everything actually, but in Bahasa Indonesia. In 2023, the infrastructure for the field-based prototype is started thanks to our Indonesian government to support on this one. And then we also develop knowledge product and learning materials for each prototype. In 2024, we expect establish teaching factory and field-based learning, so many students can use the prototype and develop material and procedures for implementation and adoption. So we expect other countries as our GB member representative can start also helping out on this one. In 2025 is operationalize the prototype and public participation. Maybe we're gonna conduct Southeast Asia level studies, what they think about the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism, and promote adoption in member state of Siamia Biotrop. Maybe during the discussion we can discuss what kind of adoption document, etc., to make it operationalized. 2026 strengthen network and dissemination for science education model on biodiversity, so we can find out how Indonesia can play active role in Southeast Asia by supporting the Siamia Center, and also how our home base, IPB University, and other university as a representative of our GB member really provided a strong push how we can have an active role in Southeast Asia. Maybe the easy indicator that we can find out is how about this adoption. Actually, the way we develop this Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism is started from the Smart Bee program that is initiated by Siamia Biotrop is around 5 years ago. But then we found out the adoption is not quite satisfied. That's why we changed this based on the initiative on GB meeting 59. All the output there we can find out later on. Next slide. This is the progress on the prototype development of infrastructure. If you see in the slide, there are a couple links over there, Stingless Bee Garden. So if you click that link, you can go directly to our prototype. So you can see it later on, Mas Haris. Mushroom house, Stingless Bee Garden, aquatic garden, tissue culture. This tissue culture we re-established. I reported to Pak Arif Satria. Now we re-establish this tissue culture. Next one. This is my last slide. So endorsement for adoption. Based on special GB meeting, we found out the adoption factors is different modalities across Southeast Asia, technical facilitation requirements, and funding needs. So maybe for these funding needs, we can have a better situation later on. In Agro-Edu-Tourism, actually, we develop field prototype and learning materials. For field prototype, it can be at the city garden, university campus, school garden. For learning material, we have standard operating procedure, learning module, and technical guideline. So the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism program completes the field prototype with educational material to support out-of-class learning mechanism. I think that's all my presentation. Very short. We can discuss later on about the reservation. This is some reservation for you. Require feedback and input for the possible raising issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for our TV Indonesia, President Satria, and also the President. Thank you. So we will take a break for a while, and we will continue maybe for 5 to 10 minutes later. We continue our discussion. Thank you very much.
Ingredient. Ingredient
Because the president have the quality and some nice there.
Yeah, some of them. You know, stainless steel, stainless steel. No, I want to say DTV just usually can one of the agricultural department and also aquaculture the same, aquaculture the same. And but this is not an issue. We are therapeutics. So what does it really mean? It means when we walk around in this garden, so we can get healthy or something like that. Therapeutic, yeah, Sanskrit.
Kind of like you connect to nature.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Fresh air, and we feel hopefully we see, relax, yes. And also we see some flowering plants or something that we can enjoy or something like that, yeah. And then we think yeah. And also this is very clear, smart agriculture, hydroponic, yeah. And this is mushroom production. But I'm not sure. We don't have any department.
I have that.
Are you? Oh,
But
okay.
then we have the sericulture,
Agriculture. Okay.
You got that too.
Yeah, we don't have. Yeah, we have to learn it. So when I for my bachelor degree, we have to learn it.
Sericulture can
Yeah,
be developed.
yeah, it can be developed, and it can be agro-eco, tourism.
And thinking about how we be eco,
Eco.
thinking about the outbreak, growing
Yeah,
outbreak,
yes.
and then in the ecology.
Yeah, nothing growing. So without any damages to the environment, and then
Improve soil quality.
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff like that.
yes.
I guess
So what about so
the cost.
yeah, harder. That's good.
And some
Yeah. So it is a black one.
black one, yes.
Okay. You. I'm thinking about you. So, do you want some coffee or?
What the hell, some
Maybe and the after.
So this is my card, yeah, but not very good. It's okay, yeah, for communication.
They don't have.
And then it's okay, no problem. Because I have your phone. Okay, master, this is, yeah. Okay. Okay.
You give everything. Good for me and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
what you say your language, what you call your language as
yeah, ma.
Yeah.
Yeah,
language.
yeah, so Myanmar people, Myanmar language, Myanmar country. So we have different kinds of languages.
You have your name here.
My name? Yes, this is my name.
Sorry, I thought it you were saying, sorry. How you pronounce your name? Like
Chen Mao Sen.
it's
Mao Sen.
Mao.
Mao.
Really?
Yeah.
If I pronounce, I would say
Mao.
Mao.
Yeah.
Like Mao.
Yeah, Mao.
Okay.
Yeah, Mao.
Interesting.
And if I want to call the short which
Mr. Sen, it's okay. Yeah, Mr. Sen. Sen. Yeah, Sen is okay. Yeah.
Say your name.
Yeah. Normally we don't have like we don't have sound. We don't have how can I say first name, last name, or middle name. We don't have the whole one.
Your name.
Yes.
Wow, interesting.
Very long.
If I call you, I will call like
Yeah, Mao Sen.
Dr. Kin.
Mao Sen.
I thought this is your name, but this is your
Yeah,
surname. I better say Dr. Sin.
Yeah, Sen.
Okay, Sin. Sin. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, my friend.
Sin.
Yeah, but it is like that. We don't have surname. We don't have.
So interesting. Right,
We'll have a cup of coffee
okay.
like him. Yeah. We have to imitate you. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh. So I'm thinking about it, about EET. So can medicinal current be EET? No. Medicinal current. Yeah. Yeah, trend tourism. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
She's now studying a PhD in Sweden. She got medicine. And then she continued to PhD maybe in the future.
Yeah, traditional.
We can collaborate.
Yeah, collaborate.
Give workshop in Vietnam and see how traditional plant grow there. You have that research in the country.
Yeah, but yes, we have a lot.
The research exactly.
Yeah, but not in my university. Yeah.
Ini kan so collaboration with international.
We have also our traditional medicinal department. Yes. And also we have traditional medical practitioner. Yeah, we have lines to cure or to treat the patient by using traditional medicine. That means extract from the medicinal plants. Right?
Yeah, maybe she can learn something.
Yes.
One delicate guy steps Inca. No,
Yes. He passed away. Yes. He might be 5 or maybe. Yes, yeah. He is very well known, especially for his religious.
This practice has been applied to different places in Cambodia.
Okay.
I listen to this teaching a lot.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Very popular. And also, most of his time, he spent most of his time in India. Yes.
Tadi pop up-nya minta di ini.
Yeah, this time.
His parents in India.
Quite right.
Dan sorry. Ini baterai udah habis kan.
Teaching in
Kita
another.
error kayaknya.
Yes.
Lot of people practice his teaching.
Yes. Actually, we have a lot of meditation centers in Myanmar. Most of the practices are based on, how can I say, Tira Bara. Tira Bara. We are not based on Mahayana. So two types of that is for some Buddhism, yeah. Tira Bara and Mahayana. Yeah. Or maybe it's yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Japanese.
The one that we can follow Cambodia, Thailand,
Yeah. Yes. And also Sri Lanka. Yeah.
I got it. I just know I got one old
Mas Dura di situ boleh
friend here.
cari berdiri.
I used to work with her 1 month in Malaysia. She working here,
Oh, okay.
but I haven't
Okay.
visited her yet.
Kalau voice call. Like gitu tuh. So, senior biotech also sent an invitation to attend this workshop. Why they don't send an invitation because it is one of the programs of the mission. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kembang.
It is incorporated in
Yeah. Just say this is part of
yeah, part of the meeting. So,
the unavoidable point is because it's initial day.
yeah.
We have had an afternoon session.
Oh, yeah.
So, shall we start? So maybe without further ado, we can start our next session. Our next session is actually there are two persons that will deliver their some materials about Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism. But the session will be led by our moderator. This is our moderator. Our moderator is Ms. Dewi Suryani of Tokyo Basuki. She is actually the manager of Human Center and Innovation Department. So this is my manager. This is in Silvia Baitrop, Regional Center for Tropical Biology. She got her master's degree from the Management and Business School of FAB University. And also, she also got a bachelor degree from Agriculture Faculty of IPB University. She is currently focusing on the biotechnology. So she was the program manager of Indonesian Biotechnology Information Center, Indobi, until 2019. And start from 2019 to 2021, she was the manager of Capacity Building Department on Sime Biotrop. And since 2021, still until now, she is the manager of Human Center and Innovation Department of Sime Biotrop. Then we will give it to Ms. Dewi Suryani. So please.
Thank you, Dr. Romi. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you? Okay, so maybe without further ado, I will continue our next session with our second speaker. So the topic will be the role of community and educational institution in implementing the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism. So the resource person will be Professor Dr. Mastura Jafar Mustafa. So I will read her CV. So she is now a lecturer of University Science Malaysia. Actually from School of Housing, Building and Planning. And then she obtained her PhD from University Science Malaysia on Strategic Management. And then her master degree from University Science Malaysia from Project Management, and her bachelor degree from University Science Malaysia from Building Economic and Management. And she also has experience on quantity surveyor or project manager in construction industry from 1995 to 2000, and then she is now academic staff from 2004. And then without further ado, may I invite Professor Mastura to present her presentation, this book. Terima kasih, Miss Dewi. Saya mohon ke depan. Terima kasih. Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Good morning. Okay. To Honorable Commissioner for President, I think the chair of 61st Governing Board meeting from Greece. And we have governing board members and official representative. Okay. From Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Myanmar, Singapore, and Thailand. And we have Mr. Yayat Coordinator of Operation and Public Relations, Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology, Republic of Indonesia. Dr. Zulhamshah, Director of Civil Biotech, Deputy Director, Dr. Ferdinand, okay, all the respected guests, okay, from USM, and also participants offline and platform. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, and welcome to the Civil Biotech. Okay, so I've been delighted to share with you my work on this the role of community and educational institution in implementing the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism case study of renewable biosphere. I've been told by Dr. Amirul, Professor Amirul, that you are visiting the habitat is tomorrow. So enjoy the Pinanggi Biosphere Reserve. But now we enjoy the presentation first. Okay, so this is part of my work with the community of School of Biology under Professor Siti Azita. So we work together in the docent development and also the management plan. So I'll share with you our journey throughout the process, okay, to get the biosphere reserve. And the role of the, emphasizing on the role of the community, the educators, and also the community. Okay, okay. So a little bit about my background. I think you are wondering why I'm here because my background is in construction. Okay. Okay, so I have construction background, 5 years experience in industry. Later, after that, I continue my PhD journey in School of Management on the strategic management, focusing on SMEs and entrepreneurship. So when I joined USM in 2004, I started to involve in tourism research. But in the beginning, I still maintain my area on SMEs and entrepreneurship. But later on in 2008, when we have this APEC recognition, university, we have opportunity to get bigger grant. Okay, so I've been given an opportunity to look into community development in tourism. Okay, where we explore together with the ecological center to explore the Lenggong Valley on how to develop, because Lenggong Valley has been recognized as UNESCO by UNESCO site. So we need to develop the community there. Okay, the rural community, we need to make sure that they earn something from the recognition. Okay, so we go there with our research process, research grant, and later we apply another grant to develop the community. So I'll share with you later. And then in 2018, together with the biological team, so we explore the biosphere reserve in Penang Hill. Okay. Okay. So in terms of agenda, I will tell you a little bit about the background of PHBR. Okay, in tourism, normally we relate this Penang Hill with ecotourism because the concept is similar, ecotourism and biosphere reserve. And later we look into the community participation. I have opportunity to review articles on how the community in Asian countries actually their level of participation in biosphere reserve site, destination. And later we explore on the Penang Hill biosphere reserve on their community development. And I will share a bit on the management plan of PHBR and the role of academics and community, and then we come up with the conclusions. Okay, so in terms of I try to combine the terms educational tourism, ecotourism, biosphere reserve, because I'm not actually in the field of biology, right? I'm not a science researcher. So educational tourism is actually popular since 1990s. Okay, so when we talk about educational tourism, normally researchers, scholars will combine 3 elements in terms of travel, learning and experience. They travel, they learn something, and from their experience, with the site or destinations. So it is a form of tourism in which participants travel to locations outside their original places with primary purpose of engaging in a learning experience. The focus is to learn on the specific destination attraction by sometimes involved in a specific activities. So when we have our counterpart present about the so that will be the types of where we can engage the community in a specific activities. Okay. So the role of higher education institution. So I think in the Malaysian blueprint also we indicate the importance of the higher education institution to contribute to the to increase the well-being of the society. Okay, so we can see that normally university needs to integrate with the community. Okay, by involved in the community and to explore. Okay, to explore the resources, the asset of the destination, and try to embed it in the educational journey. Okay, so normally normally the university researchers will closely relate to the community to create a meaningful learning experience for the visitors or tourists. Okay, this is also part of USM Pakat's agenda, where we need to transform the socio-economic well-being of the bottom community. So normally we go to the rural community and enhance the skills, okay, and give them opportunity to involve in the community-based project, and we try to help them until they can sustain, okay, in a economy. So I will share with you our journey, okay, when we involved in this Lengkong Valley Ecological Heritage Site, okay, on the community development project in Lengkong. So we spent 2 years to 3 years to explore the resources in Lengkong Valley. So this involved researchers from different schools. We have communication, we have distance education, we have ecology, we have technology industry. Okay, so after we explore the resources, we go to the community, try to discuss with them on how we can help the community. So with that, we get another funding, okay, from the Northern Corridor Implementation Authority, NCIA. So we get that funding to buy the machineries, okay, and to train the community. So based on that, we developed 4 projects, okay, but and we bring in, okay, skills that they learn on how to develop the product. And then we bring in, okay, participants or tourists from worldwide, I think, because we have many students, worldwide students, okay. So we try to develop ecotourism trail. Okay, we bring in them to the location. We try to expose the community on how they should deal with the tourists. Okay, but the problem is the community is not ready because they are rural people. Most of them age 40 and above, and they are not ready to receive tourists with the communication, lack of communication skill, lack of facilities and commitment. Okay, lack of commitment. So I think that project is halfly successful. They still continue the business, but in a small capacity, their own capacity. Okay, so when we have COVID, then we cannot go anywhere, right? So the project left there. So, but still we have still connect with the community. And after that, okay, my involvement with this nomination of PHBR, led by Professor Siti Aziza from here. We start the project in 2018. Okay, we do the dossier together, the write-up, and until it being recognized in 15th of September 2021. So after the recognition of PHBR, okay, we need to come up with PHBR management plan. So we are working on this, and we just finished our workshop with the stakeholders, I think last 2 weeks, and we are in the implementation of PHBR management plan for 5 years, 2023 to 2027. So I'll share with you a little bit on this later on. Okay, so on the introduction of Penanggi Biosphere Reserve, okay, it has been recognized on the 15th of September 2021. Covers a network of 12,481 hectares, okay, with the total area 58.3% inland, and marine area is about 41.7%. Okay, so we have this map of the zoning. Okay, if you can see, the green area in the middle is the whole area. Okay, and we have the buffer zone, the pink one. You can see that in the marine area, the buffer zone is actually bigger in terms of width, but we only have you can see that the smaller 50 meters for the inland area. Okay, and we have this transition zone. with the yellow color. So the main activities is actually falls under the buffer zone and the transition zone, where the core area is untouchable areas. Okay, so when we talk from the tourism perspective, the main tourism destination at the PHBR Penang National Park, okay, quite far away from here, and very closer to us is actually we have Penang Hill, the one that you are going to visit tomorrow, and Penang Botanic Garden. Penang Botanic Garden is actually attached to Penang Hill. They are sharing the same routes. If you want to hike to Penang Hill, then you also can access from the Penang Botanic Gardens. Okay. So in terms of zonation, as I mentioned, only the buffer zone and the transition areas is actually allows for activities for research, human settlement, and education and training. So PHBR objective, okay, why actually we go for the biosphere recognition for Penang Hill? So we foresee that there is a need for the conservation. We need to conserve the environment because of the uniqueness of the flora, fauna, okay, the education. So we can educate our next generation on how to evaluate, on how to appreciate the nature, okay? To promote sustainable tourism. We don't want to have this mass tourism. Okay, we want tourists coming here with understanding of the sustainable tourism elements. Okay, we want to protect our culture. Later on, I will share with you what attractions that we can have on the surrounding of Penang Hill Biosphere. And at the same time, we want to increase the socio-economic earning of the community. And also we want to have the community empowerment, community stewardship. We want the community to evolve together in the project. Okay, so I mentioned to you earlier that normally when we talk about biosphere reserve, we link it to the ecotourism. Yeah. So ecotourism also shares the same objective. It is about responsible travel to natural areas that conserve the environment, sustain the well-being of the local people, and involve interpretation and education. So we can see that the role of community, okay, education also similar when we compare biosphere reserve and also ecotourism. So the characteristics of ecotourism, okay, of course, we want to have, we need to have stakeholders' participation and collaboration to enhance the destination success. So in this case, the characteristics of ecotourism is actually focusing similar also to SDG goals, socio-economic and environment. So it is about promoting sustainable socio-economic activities, help and sustain, improve quality of life of the community, preserve and promote indigenous culture and participation, improves tourist experience and protects the environment. Okay. Okay, so with that, when we explore when we want to start our project writing a dossier, okay, so we have been given an opportunity to explore on the community participation, okay, by this NRE-CC grant, okay, in 2019. So we come out with a literature review on how this Asian community actually their participation in biosphere reserve, and then we test it. We do a small project work in our area, Penang Hill Biosphere Reserve. Okay, what we find out. Okay, actually overall in Asian countries, okay, the level of participation of the community is low. Okay, reason because the low level of participants in VR education, they are not really being educated, okay, in relation to biosphere reserve. They do not know what does it mean, what will be the impact to the community. they perceive that it is a waste of time to involve, okay, and they have no or lack of confidence in the outcome on how they can participate on what will be the outcome. Okay, so the hindrance factors for community willingness to participate is they see that there is only a temporary involvement. So maybe they do not see how they can permanently involve or attach to the project. And the most important challenges is the financial. Okay, so we also identify the similar things where we want to implement this management plan. The financial is the most challenges. So their limited knowledge about biotourism, the top-down management and adequate funding, and also the weak awareness. So some of the possible solutions to enhance community participation is to implement a locally based management solution, cross-sectoral participation and collaboration. So we can see that all the stakeholders need to play their role and need to collaborate on how to improve this in community participation. So we need also to improve awareness. This one, the role of education. Okay, we need to educate them and develop employment opportunities for the local communities. Okay, so that is about the literature on the community of Asian biotourism. So come back to our PHBR, Penang Biotourism, what we can offer for the eco or edu-tourism. So tomorrow, if you go to the Penang Hill, you can see we can offer you 5 elements of tourism attractiveness. Okay, there are three important destinations. Okay, in Penang Hill Biotourism. PH refers for Penang Hill. Okay, Penang Botanic Garden, BG, and PNP for Penang National Park. Okay, so for the Penang Hill, in terms of nature, you can do forest hiking, adventure trails, and so on. There are Monkey Cup Garden. Okay, you can experience visit the Monkey Cup Garden tomorrow. Also, we have cultural and heritage in terms of colonial buildings. So there are many colonial buildings there. Okay, and some of that buildings already been converted to the restaurant or hotel. Okay, so in Penang National Park, we have the Mukahid Lighthouse. Family entertainment for the, at the top there you can go, Habitat, you can go for skywalk. Okay, very interesting experience. The Penang National Park, you can do camping, jungle trekking, okay, bird watching. Okay, so they have many small destinations there, Teluk Bahang Dam, okay, escape and so on. So in terms of gastronomy, who loves to eat, okay, you can also experience to have many menu, okay, on the top of Penang Hill. There are many food stalls there. And in terms of education, Penang Hill is actually there is already a Penang Hill Gallery, but they are still working to improve that. Okay, so that 5 elements of eco or eco-tourism that PHBR can offer. So I'll share with you the photo here. So I would like to acknowledge this photo is actually from our biology team. Okay, where we do a presentation. So these are the attractive places that you can visit and escape, Ethiopia, Penang Butterfly Park, and so on. Very interesting. You can enjoy the nature of the place. Okay, so we have also the community of Teluk Bahang, where we have the fisherman community, and they can offer you to go for sightseeing, okay, boating, okay, fish farming. You can also explore the agriculture activities there. Okay, for our dossier, we actually exclude this fisherman community, but we have been commented that we need to include this the community in the next revised proposal. Okay? So we already, in our management plan, we also include this fisherman community as part of our community that we need to look into. Okay. So basically, to summarize the community of PHBR, okay, so I put it into, we have business community and local community. So in terms of business community, how the local community can involve in, already involved in PHBR. Basically, they are food retailers. Majority of them are food retailers. We have 345 workers working at a small business retailers. Okay, and top and the lower station of the Penang Hill, but majority of them selling food now. Okay, so tour guide community in the PNP, Penang National Park, we have 14 registered tour guide works under the Association of Nature Tour Guides, and we have also the 10 registered tour boat operators. So if you go to Teluk Bahang, then you can go for the food scene, okay, round island. Okay, so we have also the local community where we have Penang Hill, on the top of Penang Hill in the middle station, you can see the farmers. Okay, 20 farmers working at the middle station and summit of Penang Hill, where most of them plant fruits, vegetables, and flowers. Okay, but they are older generations because younger generation has moved away from that area. Okay, but they are also actually sponsors. Okay, so they are not, they actually not mix around with the management of Penang Hill. So when we want to come up with the management plan, that is the first time we meet the community there. Okay, they are very afraid because they are squatters. They don't want to show themselves because they afraid that they will people will take action. Right? But they also got problems there because of the climate changes. So when they plant their flowers cannot grow well because of the climate changes. So they also check some of the challenges with person. Okay. So we have this fisherman community at the Teluk Bahang area near the Penang National Park. So we have about 2,380 fishermen communities, okay, beside the coastal area. They registered with the Penang Fisheries Development Authority. Similar also most in the group of 40 to 70 years old. And we can see they are decreasing pattern. Okay, if we have 2019 from the data statistic 589, so now we have 553 fishermen community. So we foresee that there will be a increasing number of fishermen because they also involved in other economic activities. If you see pictures just now when I show you, there are many tourism destination kan. Macam we have this escape, so hotels. So younger generation already involved in that hotel sector, so they are not interested in doing fishing. Okay, so challenges. Okay, we need also to identify the challenges in order to come up with the strategies. Okay, how to develop this community. So we identify the challenges. Older generation of farmers, okay, where almost above 50 years old, in terms of accessibility, safety and communication problems. They only can use this particular train, okay, to go up and down from the Penang Hill. Minimal transportation system, limited engagement, as I mentioned to you, they are afraid, okay, of the status. Damage to hill cultivation and farming areas by hikers. One thing we identify that hikers can go to Penang Hill from different routes. Okay, so that is the problem. So when they pass by the farmers, they like to pick up the flowers. Okay? So that is the main concern of this community. Okay. challenges for tour guides, okay, to ensure tourist compliance. So we need to come up with a specific acts or specific things that can prevent from this. Non-local unregistered tour guides permitted in BNP, so we have to create more tour guides, okay. Lack of enforcement and lack of willingness to adopt new fishing strategies. Okay, so towards the sustainability of PHPR, okay, so we need to provide the management plan. So our management plan of PHPR is actually effective from this year until 2027. The vision of PHPR, we need to go back to the vision and then we come out with the strategies on how to achieve the vision. So with the vision to support the socio-economic development of the local communities and the conservation of biodiversity for a sustainable future. So we come out with specific strategy to achieve this. So to manage this Penang Hill Biosphere Reserve, okay, so we come out with PHBR management organizational framework. So we need to have this organization structure on how to manage this PHBR. So at the top one, if you can see, the board of governance consists of Ministry of Natural Resources, Environment and Climate Change. Okay, this is the ministry that actually deals with the UNESCO. And the middle one, we have the federal and state ministries agencies who is actually involved with managing the administration on the Penang Hill Biosphere site. Where is our role as academician? Okay, so we actually involved at the advisory panel. Okay, so our role as a universities, okay, academic research institution, we provide advice and strategic directions and facilitate global network together with the PHBR management office. Okay, so normally they will call us to participate, to come up with a research proposal to get facilitate research and development for the PHBR. So actually, when we want to get funding, they need our cooperation to prepare a research proposal to implement specific activities for the community. So just to share a little bit on the 5 focus areas of the management plan, what our concern is on the biodiversity and environmental conservation, the climate change, environmental degradation and pollution issues, sustainable social economy, okay, how to develop community sustainable tourism, and education, communication, and public awareness. So these are the 5 main areas of our strategies. So just to share a little bit on this, the role of academicians and community. Some of our suggestions is on edu-tourism. Okay, so the project is on edu-tourism to educate tourists on conservation and sustainability, because we want tourists to become more responsible. Integrate tourism mindfulness program. Okay, so we want our tourists coming to Penang Hill Biosphere Reserve who appreciate the site history, culture, and nature. So they learn, they experience something different about PHBR. Okay, so some of our program, for example, in education, okay, we have this junior rainforest program. Okay, this is about environmental education with nature walks. Nature walks is actually a program proposed by the community, led by the community. Okay, they love Penang Hill and they want to educate tourists. Okay, to embed the element of nature into the experience. So they have already come up with storytelling activities. Okay, so program CSR with Penang Botanic Garden. Okay, This one is to raise awareness on the importance of clean environment, to promote social responsibility, and so on. But again, I think this kind of program, when we have a workshop, the stakeholders mentioned that need more funding, okay, to sustain with this program. Okay. Okay, so in our management workshop, actually to come up with that management plan, okay, we as a USM play a role in come up. It is not easy to come up with the management plan actually. So we need to be together with the stakeholders. Okay, we do a focus group discussion on what kind of strategy that we can do together. Okay, to achieve that the 5 elements of that we need to implement. So we are working together with all the government agencies. Okay. And we identify that besides that, community has to play their roles now. Okay, for PHBR conservation, they need to, for example, save water, especially on the top of Penang Hill, we don't have enough water supply. It's conserve energy, reduce single plastics stock of burning and so on. Okay, so these are the photo showing the engagement with the local community. So once we embark on this, the DOSEM preparation, we actually are involved in engage with the community. For example, in Penang Hill Festival, they invited us to give a talk to the community, to the tourists, okay, on the communication, education, and public awareness. So as a conclusion, I think PHBR is still in the initial stage of the PHBR management plan implementation. So that I cannot share with you more information on this. Okay, limitation faced by the local community is actually similar to those addressed by other biosphere reserve community. The inclusion of academics in the management structure of PHBR indicate a significant contribution of USM towards sustainability of PHBR, and USM and PHBR Management Office continue to collaborate with other stakeholders in the implementation of management plan of PHBR, and the community development and empowerment will be the main agenda as they play a main role in achieving PHBR objective. So we need to compile all the information because we need to report to UNESCO. So everything on the social community development, what will be the achievement, will be put in a report. Okay, so just to acknowledge part of Datuk Professor Amirul's team, okay, the PHBR team, which are working together, and Penang Hill Corporation, the Habitat Penang Hill, and also the grant funder. So this photo is our workshop when we do our management plan together with all the stakeholders. So with that, I thank you for your time and attention. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the presentation. So this is a very interesting learn from you, Professor Nastola. So we learned about how you here in Malaysia to involve the community for the development or implementing of the edu-tourism or eco-edu-tourism here in Malaysia, especially for the PHBR. So we learned from you about the community is the most important thing here to be the object. So you are here in PHBR, try to engage more the community, and also you try to engage another stakeholders such as you mentioned about the UNESCO, yes, and the important thing is also for the funding, right? The sustainable funding. So from the Dr. Ferdinand, we learned about how do you manage or implement the agro-eco-tourism in maybe not a large scale, but maybe we can implement here in your institution. in schools, in universities. So this is quite interesting because we have two different point of view of how to implement the agro-eco-tourism here based on your country needs, right? So maybe from this now, I will open the discussion from you. Maybe you have questions for both of our speakers here. So I will open for maybe for three from you. Is there any question? Please. Please, Pania.
Thank you very much, Ibu Dewi. I'm so impressed with the presentation of Professor Mastura. It is so comprehensive, and there are several things that I am interested when you say there is a problem. Well, actually, it is not a little one, but I think it can become a bigger problem. There is low participation of community. I really want to ask you because in Indonesia, we really encourage the coordination and the collaboration, not only community and academic, but also with business and media. What I want to ask you is that any kind of role, is there any role of media, whether they are journalists, press, television, electronic, or even printed media, in order to educate people, community, to be more aware with our PHDR. That's the first question. And then I really want to ask my friend, because Pak Ferdinand also sit there. Maybe Pak Ferdinand can tell the audience about what our government do concerning with matching fund ke daerah, that we give funding to community as far as the community, the business, and then the academy has the project. They have the project. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So, would you like to answer it first, or okay, please?
Okay, thank you for the questions. So yes, when I compare Agro-Eco publication from the Indonesia and other countries, I think Indonesia is in terms of community participation is quite good. Okay, because of the community now, because they are in needs, okay, so they communicate better in the project, in the tourism project. So basically, in terms of website, in terms of communication, what management office is doing now is try to come up with an official website, okay, on how they can communicate with tourists and also the community and the stakeholders. And we also, from this NRECC grant, we have another grant that we are going to analyze the social media. Okay, for example, tourists visiting Penang Hill, what will be the main attraction? What will be their preferable? Okay, what is the problem? So we will identify using content analysis. Okay, what will be the comment from the tourists? So based on that, then we will work on to develop a better website, better social media communication with tourists. Besides that, if you go to Habitat tomorrow, okay, under the Habitat of Penang Hill, they have Habitat Foundation. So basically, the Habitat Foundation is actually closely linked with the community where they provide certain research grants, certain amount of research grant, okay, to look at how this community can involve with the this tourist, with the destination. So this is part of the research project to increase the socio-economic type. But because this is preliminary stage, so I would say that we are still in preliminary stage. So more work will be done on how we can involve communities together with the disciplinary experience. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the second question, Pak Karina.
Okay, thank you very much. We today during the workshop, we try to also gather a lot of inputs and feedbacks from the GD member and for participants about the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism that is established by Shanghai. The different with what already presented with Malaysian speaker. The one is big one, right? Maybe capital intensive, and the objective maybe for ticketing as well for sustainability. So community participation also a bit different. While at Xiaomi Biotron, it's much more for educational purposes. How we can have all class teaching and learning process that can be less capital intensive to learn about the richness of biodiversity. Actually, that is the goal. So in relation to Pak Yaya question about Agro-Eco, Agro-Eco is matching fund. The government of Indonesia provide matching fund if we have a project, research project or community involvement where there is a private sector and academicians are involved. So the government will provide 1-to-1. So if we ask 100 million, so the matching fund will also provide 100 million. But as of now, to my understanding, there is none for overseas applicant, right? It's really only for Indonesia. But through Xiaomi Biotrop, as Xiaomi Biotrop is also supported by Indonesian government fully, I think if we want to work together for establishing Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism in small scale, is why we call it prototype. And the difference is if you go to many ecotourism park, you cannot find the guidance, information about its object, what it is, and how the public can explain about it. That's the difference. In this prototype Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism, we are more on the learning materials actually. For example, the stingless bee. You might find out about the stingless bee. This I think it's only like 3 meters by 3 meters, yeah. But with it's just 3 meters by 3 meters, right? So it's very small. You can establish it everywhere, right? But then we have a number of information in here that we expect we will have the barcoding, and you just use your phone. It will be downloaded automatically. So people when see the bees, they can see, oh, this is bee, how they can find. That's actually the difference with the prototype that is proposed by Xiaomi Biotrop with the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism Park. Right? That's why we call it prototype. And what that to explaining about the community participation, it also can be the enhancement of this model. In Myanmar, in Cambodia, the public participation will be different, right? So how it works? Can, let's say, one sub-district, for example, one sub-district, they have maybe their small park, and then they want also to create their park as a learning modules, as a learning prototype, right? So we can help them on what are the minimum requirement. So this is, I think, what we need to discuss and put there. So, and also to really separate it with the commercialization. Because in the first discussion, we frequently discuss about the required road, etc. It's supposed to be none. For example, if at the end of the day we might find a mountain, that is cannot be across the road, right? Because you might need to climb the mountain, etc. But we found out there is a beautiful garden in the mountain. Many people may be climbing the mountain and they see, they don't know what it is, right? So with this kind of prototype, we say to the public, when you talk agro-eco-edu-tourism, maybe the name can be changed depending on the country. Like the Singapore, they don't want to have the agro one, right? They just want eco-edu-tourism, fine, right?
Okay.
But then when people climb to the mountain, they use their phone or whatever they have it, they can find at least a minimum information about the biodiversity in mountain. So by having that, we also contribute to biodiversity conservation program. Because if you know, you understand, usually you will feel love with the object. If you don't know, that's none. And this is very critical if we found out in a convention on biodiversity, UNCBD, that is already passed in 2020, and all countries in the world, including Southeast Asia countries, must post the new document. We call it IPSAP in Indonesia. So in Myanmar, Cambodia, Brunei, you need to submit it because it's required by the global network. But then the issue is there are, if I'm not mistaken, 20 indicators to measure worldwide. We already conserve the biodiversity. But then we are really concerned on the education part. Everybody is talking about the real action, planting mangrove, like whatever it is. We don't understanding what is the mangrove, where the mangrove grows, for what. So this is actually agro-eco-edu-tourism that is promoted by Siamnya Biotrop. And with the support of our GBs, we expect, for example, at USM, hopefully 2024, there is a research project on agro-eco-edu-tourism between USM and Siamnya Biotrop, involving also another university in Indonesia. And we have the ministry here. They can also help through Kedereka program. Because the Kedereka program can provide the funding for Indonesian universities, right? And then Malaysia maybe can find also grant from Malaysian government. Biotrop, very happy with that. We just a connector, right? So I think this is we need to really put in the working papers. So we have the working paper that is operational, our GB chair, rather than having that very thick book, and then nobody understand about that book, right? Just to my experience, we just submitted Prof. Darila to UNFCCC, Indonesian Adaptation Communication, that will be complied to all stakeholders in Indonesia, from president up to minister up to the local level. And now I'm working just to create like 1 or 2 pages, right? Because we're going to read 200 pages of materials. So at Siamnya Biotrop, we want to add more. You don't have to read. Come to our campus, you see the object, use your phone, you will learn from them. Okay. That's actually the essence. If we can make this in Malaysia, Brunei, just small garden is enough. That's actually the difference with agro-eco-edu-tourism. So we need really to write it down, the minimum requirement like space, how many meters, what objects supposed to be there, whether this is nature or human-made. Because nowadays there is some debating in the academic setting on nature-based solution and ecosystem-based adaptation. Because in ecosystem-based adaptation is still a lot human-made center. In nature-based solution, actually by default you cannot have it. But nowadays, how you can do it? Everything is human-made actually, particularly China product. You know, this from me. Hopefully, it's answer, yeah. And the Indonesian government can promote as Indonesian contribution to Southeast Asia, because we're going to report it by next year, 2024, to a number of UN portals, including Malaysia will do that, Brunei, maybe just different ministry from Ministry of Education, but it's required. And maybe one more thing, yeah, because I'm also very close with the SDG Secretariat in Indonesia. SDG number 13 on climate change that you mentioned frequently. Yeah, this is make me happy because I'm climate scientist, working on climate change arena not only in Indonesia but also overseas. education we never touch. Even we say education is needed. Usually we work on practical aspect of it, right? How to reduce greenhouse gas, how to increase adaptation, but how to produce publication, learning and educational materials that can be attractive to the audience, right? That's why when I got the duty at Siamil Biotrop, and there is idea of the GB's discussion about this agro-eco-tourism, I try to use it with my other duties. And maybe we also, many of us are professors, we also need to publish this in scientific journals, and then we prepare. We have Biotropia, right? I can set up a specific issues that we can publish there. So we don't have like find out which journal is the good. And Biotropia is also Scopus Index, right? If everybody is cited, maybe now we are Scopus Index 3, it can go to 2 or 1. If everybody is cited, because it's just citation. It's not like it's good or maybe that's my response, and hopefully we can have a discussion based on my reservation that I put on my slide, the last. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jan. One more, yeah, silakan. Please, Commissioner Arun.
Very harsh.
Okay, good morning. I was discussing this issue with Professor Dr. Zul Imran with regards to some efforts that could be initiated by the different representatives of the ASEAN region. I think part of the implementation of the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism is for us to how to properly contextualize and customize the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism framework that is now being formulated by CBN Biotron. So I think we need to contribute something. We need to incorporate some of our views, insights, and contextualize ideas so that we can properly implement Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism. Dr. Ferdinand mentioned a while ago that this is just a prototype framework, but prototype framework, correct me if I'm wrong, in my understanding of prototype framework, it keeps on evolving.
Yeah.
So later on, after implementing the different precepts, the different dimensions of agro-ecotourism, there will come a time that agro-ecotourism will be deeply embedded in our system. So I think it's very important for us to really implement this in our own environment so that we can properly customize or contextualize the different dimensions. And most probably, Dr. Zul, this coming November or December, I was able to organize group of presidents in Davao and in other region. We want really to learn something about agro-ecotourism using the prototype model of CBN Biotron. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Andre. That's very good. So so for the next question, please.
Morning. Good
morning.
I don't have a question, I have a suggestion because I'm very concerned about branding. And I also heard about the whole thing with Singapore wanting to remove the agro part. So I got triggered. I think it's also good to kind of wrap it, if not already, into ESG, Education for Sustainable Development. It's the new thing from UNESCO. I went to their conference in Bali and it wasn't, even they are not clear enough what ESG is. So I feel like if we push this forward, we can kind of shape it. And of course, despite whatever reservations you have about UNESCO branding, they are still an important part of the global funding structure and all those things. And then another thing is ESD is also trying to connect to ESG.
Yeah.
If you are familiar with ESG. And ESG itself, even though it's environmental social governance, it still doesn't really cover much about education. So again, we can have a role in shaping that as well. And of course, ESG can have a huge impact on funding because it actually works with corporates. So just a suggestion. Thank you.
Maybe I have to respond to this one first.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, because I'm an international reviewer for a number of funding, so I know well what is true. So it is a bit different. That's why they didn't take much, particularly on ESG, on education, because ESG is actually directed for safeguarding issues, gender, safeguarding, so everything, because there are many items we need to cover, we call it ESG, environmental, sustainable governance, right? So it's about the governance. Even now, we try to find out the indicators for leaders. So how you found leaders that is really goes to the environment conservation? What kind of indicator you can put in? So safeguarding is very important because when you have a project, you want to implement a program, it doesn't harm the environment. So even it look like it's for education, but the ESG one not. For ESD, yeah, because I have some research with UNESCO. For ESD is a bit. You are right. We can connect with this one. This is education sustainable development. Actually, is the way to find out how innovative kind of education that can be implemented worldwide. That's why they say sustainable development. Why everything is connected with sustainable development? Because in 2030, the 17 goals of sustainable development must be measured, not only reported. And then I don't know the penalties if but they just say reported and measured, right? In 2030. That's why almost everything we say must be related with sustainable development. The recent idea globally, and also maybe I don't know in regional level, but at the global level, we want to promote sustainable resilience. Indonesia already formulated sustainable resilience, I think 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah, once again, I was the one who formulate this thing. So because resilient and sustainable actually it's very difficult actually. How you can be sustainable without resilient and how you say you are resilient if you are not sustainable. And now they want to include those two, sustainable, resilient. So if we at Seameo Biotrop can get a lot of ideas from our GP, from our member states, this very strong push for international setting. Yeah, rather than just usually as academic, if you want to influence, you publish in very high reputable journal, like they will just follow your idea, like the climate, the forecasting based action. I published in Climate Handbook, and now it's just adopted by many agencies. But now I have another vehicle, which is Seameo that I can use easily rather than journal article. Journal, sometimes I wait like 4 years for a new idea to be published. This one is very quick. So SEAMES in this regard, because you also represent SEAMES, how you can help us at the center to consolidate this kind of issue. If Seameo Biotrop can consolidate information from different member states, how SEAMES can also consolidate the education idea like this what we propose from other sectors. There are 26 centers, right? And that's, I think, the role of SEAMES. What do you think about Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism for Innotech, right? What do you think this for Rexam, right? Is mathematics doesn't have any relation with Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism. It could be they have a new idea, right? There's actually SEAMES role, how to connect the 26 centers within Seameo. It's the same when I'm helping also a number of UN agencies. We also say why one UN agencies and other UN agencies, they are not connected to each other for a specific team. That's why now you found for many funding donors, you cannot just tackle once. Usually you need at least 2 or 3 entities. For countries, you need at least 4. 2 developed countries and 2 developing countries. If you cannot do so, you cannot get it. So that's the way how now we leveraging and mobilization our funding. I will close because I really want Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei, maybe we can have a good proposal next on. The last one, when we talk about biology conservation, that is for coastal area. One institution from the US, they apply for $1 billion project for research, etc. And they want to go for Asia Pacific region, Malaysia, Vietnam. Even our next initiative is about Mekong River Delta. It's from NASA. So this is really how we promoting ourselves, and we do hope this Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism can be expanded. Maybe not this one now is terrestrial, right? Maybe Bu Zaituna, if you think, oh, I have something with the coastal area. That's what actually we expected. Hopefully it's answer, yeah. Mas Gary, for ESG, we can do it, but for ESG is a bit different. It's safeguard issues.
Sure. May I just a little bit? About the ESG, but I understand the ESG is separate, but during the ESG conference in Bali, they're talking about incorporating that into ESG. So that's why I thought it can be, Thank you.
Always like that. Want to incorporate everything.
Thank you very much. Yes, please.
Yeah, I think, Dr. Ferdinand, we should also consider the intervention of other concepts in the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism. For example, I think governance and legislation is very important. Yes. Just like in the Philippines, so we need funding support. We need support from the government. We need support from legislative bodies so that this very important project could have a backbone as far as legislation is concerned. I think that should also be properly discussed in the proper forum. How can we properly incorporate some important dimensions in the AEET? Thank you.
Thank you. So I saw from you, please, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Display the
thank you very much for the very comprehensive presentation. So I have learned a lot from these presentations. So do participation of local people is normal, I think, especially at the beginning of the project. So when we support some funding to the local people, so they will participate in the projects. When we start funding, they stop participation. That is normal in Myanmar. So it is quite difficult to sustain the project. It is normal. So I think how can I say, we have to make them aware of our project or here ecotourism. The importance of the ecotourism as a source of income, and also how can we protect our environment by developing ecotourism. It is my suggestion. Another one is, so Dr. Farina has already mentioned. So the requirements of AEET. I'm also discussing with my friends from Cambodia. What are the essential or the minimum requirements so that we can call the program AEET? There is how can I say, my considerations. So you have developed and established many different types of AET, or I don't know exactly. So can we call each prototype AET, or can we call them collectively AET? This is very important. So if we can call each type of AET, each type of program AET, then I think medicinal garden can be a kind of AET. Yeah. Yes. And another one is, so I'm considering about the location of the AET. I think so. In your case, you have established all the different types within your campus. Within your campus. So if we established the types of AET within near the campus, many students or teachers can visit very easily. If it is away from the campus, even though it can be accessed easily, it's quite difficult to visit, the AET. That's why I'm thinking about the location of the AET. Yeah. Thank you very much. This is my insight.
Thank you very much for the good insight, sir. So maybe you can see all the conclusion. Actually, we get this conclusion. I mean, from our questionnaire that you already answered, ladies and gentlemen. The FGD, right? So maybe you can see. Paromi, please share it. View. I mean, for the online participant, they cannot see. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So, and then share.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So we can see. So maybe based on the SGDs and also the discussion, we can get more insight from today meeting. So what should we do for the next step? So based on our discussion today, we heard a lot about minimal requirement for the AET. Maybe for you mentioned about how can we call it the AET prototype and also the location. So this all we already put it on our questionnaire and you all already answered. See, maybe for the first, we have to identify what is the stages for the implementing the AET first. Maybe for the pre and implementation, and then for the post stage. So for the pre, for example, we can identify for minimal requirement in developing AET in each your country, and then maybe from the questionnaire we can develop master plan for the AET, and then identification of the modalities. The modalities include the facilities, the location, and also the human resources, etc. And then for the during activities, maybe you can see we have activities to develop the curriculum for the AET, and then to develop the educational attraction SOP modules, and also the content for the attractions, right? And then for the post activity, may we have conduct impact analysis on the AET. So maybe based on this, you can give more insight about how to develop or implement the AET in each your country. So may I open for the next question or suggestion? Please share it. Is there any additional? Yes, please, Bu Zaituna.
Thank you for my invitation. Okay, actually, Brunei, during my time as a POG, we adopt one program called Biotrop also.
Oh, yes.
It's school garden. Yes, we still currently undergoing fourth cycle. Yeah, we come to the fifth cycle where we're going to analyze the impact of that one, the program or the project. So for me, it is Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism for our institution, IBTE. And to be specific to our School of Agro-Tech and Applied Sciences, we can easily adopt this one and try in our own campus. And what we intend to do is to involve other campuses or other school, that is School of Tourism in Brunei, that is also under IBT, that we're going to collaborate with them. So it's much, the impact will be much bigger because the school, we always receive visitor from secondary school, and also from outside country. But our problem is the human resource situation. That I'm still trying to figure out how we're going to sustain that one. If we always receive visitors to the school or to this Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism. That one I need to learn from maybe from Biotrop how you do that. The human resource, because as I'm aware of, the human resource in Biotrop also limited now. Yeah. So how can you do that? Like the maintenance of the gardens and to educate the student and to bring around them. Who do that? Really? Okay. That's my question or my question. Okay. Oh, that's a good question. Yes, please, sir.
Thank you. It's not a question, it's looking at what Senior Boyetro and developed. Now, I was like talking with Prof. Mastura before starting the talk. Looking at the USM scenario, I'm looking at the Malaysian scenario. I think since I'm the from Malaysia, supposed to bring the whole team to Malaysia, but I'm thinking at the small scale itself, or talking with her, if in USM we have very scattered kind of team, I asked Dr. Barat, because she's expert in orchid, for example, she owns her own place. We have an expert who are working on bees is somewhere else, someone expert in stingless bees somewhere in the campus, So with your senior idea or thinking, it should be a AEET and USM. So I think I realized, we have everything, the lecturers with their academic thing, but we always forget about the education. As academician, they are thinking of, as you say, publishing, that's important every year, but we always forget about that. The education thing, so thank you, getting the idea in Malaysia, we will try. I think we should try in USM first, before telling the whole country. Okay, as one example, AEET at USM, or at least a small scale at biology, it's my school. We have all the expertise here, but we are not putting together. So it's just an additional comment. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Amarullah. Okay, so for the question from Bu Zaituna, Pak Ferdinand, would you like to answer it regarding the human resource in Biotrop? So please, Pak.
That's why I'm just lucky. Before I got assigned to Senior Biotrop, I already assigned so number of ministries actually in Indonesia. Also number of UN-based agencies. So, we just use the third party. Usually for establishment is easy for the third party. My next problem will be on maintenance. Now I'm trying to work with the government how if we also can relegate the maintenance to the third parties, because we cannot recruit, right? So we just discuss about the amount of funding, then the maintenance will also be through our partners, but we have dedicated staff to monitor everything with regard to our standard. Again, we lucky we got the third parties who also already have quite high or quite good standard. So and they also very excellent delivering their services. So the third party is actually the first option. The next option that we are thinking how we can develop this, Ms. Jaituna, indeed is graduate student, right? So how Xiaomi Biotrop can engage with Xiaomi graduate student across Southeast Asia? So many graduate students can visit with Xiaomi Biotrop, they do their work, stay there. This is also a good thing because when I went to China, from July to September in 3 months, China government mobilized students at minimum 6,000 students and 2,000 lectures to be just in one places. They built a very big building, yeah, Bu Dewi, yeah, we went there together also with our director. So 6,000 graduate students, 2,000 professors in the same arena for 3 months. How many publications you can make, right? if let's say just one student they publish one paper, means 6,000 papers, and then they ask to request citation within themselves. How many citation they can make it? Right? That's why many Scopus given journal are from China. Right? So this is also what we think how Xiaomi Biotrop should play next on. Indeed, this is not easy. That's why we have our GB chair from the Philippine government, and also all of you represent your government. How we can work on the legislation, etc. At minimum in 2021, Parliament of Indonesia already questioned what Xiaomi, why we need to fund them. So it's good, right? For me, it's good because they realize on that one. So I think that's the question about the HR requirement. I want to respond to Prof. Amirul about USM. Actually, that's our goals. Just what modalities we have, and then we claim and we brand it, right? At least that's real. There. Now, how we can get the recognition for the claim? Xiaomi Biotrop is international institution, so it's been USM already contribute to international audience. Indeed, because what happened at USM now is already listened to Brunei, Thailand, right? So, do we agree to put the dedicated location, our GB chair, with Xiaomi Biotrop logo? So, Xiaomi Biotrop logo, USM, AET location. Xiaomi Biotrop logo and School of Bu Jaituna, AET location. And then we just take a picture of it, right? We just take a picture of it because nowadays with many technologies, even the real-time observation can be done through many technologies, bird view, everything. Then we have the picture of it and then include in Xiaomi Biotrop website. And our GBJ can promote it, right? Because our GB chair, even if now he is from the Philippines, but he is our GB chair, he must serve all the countries, right? Maybe Pak Haris, can you show the link in slide 7, and then you no slide 6, and you click one of the link. Yeah, this is the examples. Yeah, you click the link, you can see stimulus B now at Xiaomi Biotrop. You see, if we have like this for USM, we have like this for School of Bu Jaituna, we have like this for Thailand, we have like this on Myanmar, right? And then you can move the cursor. You see, this is real. What happened now in Xiaomi Biotrop? Yeah, and then if we can develop this more, the visitors, who are they, and then we can also put link on the modules, people can download it, right? It's been, we learn from each other. If maybe our AET in the Philippines is not really similar to AET in Malaysia, it's okay. right? But we still call it AET. And then make a real action. The modules like this, we plan not only Ferdinand here, but also Prof. Amirul with your staff and team. This is for USM. Why not, right? And then put Prof. Darilak as editor, right? Dr. Zul as reviewer. So we have really Seameo publication, right? And if this one good, please Seames, you can promote to other center. So we really show Seameo as a Seameo. I'm pretty sure after you do this, then it's my obligation and Dr. Zul with Pak Yayat as well, yeah, kan, to talk to the ministry, right? Then the legislation that just proposed by our GB chair can be run as well, because without evidence, everything just only talking, right? Maybe that's my propose. And we are very love to visit Myanmar, Thailand. I already talked about this to Indonesian government actually, and they're happy from Amirul. And then when we visit Myanmar, it could be we invited from Amirul, you want to visit there for Jaituna, etc. And then if you didn't, we as a team go to your government office. Because that's what I did when I bring my colleague from the US. We bring directly to meet with the DGs. And they just say, oh, this is good, okay. Because there is another guest. Maybe that's my response. So you can find this one for almost all our customers.
Maybe you can. It's very interesting discussion. So maybe they can see all. You can see.
Okay.
Beside the stainless steel, we have also the therapeutic garden.
Yeah.
Yes.
For those who want to be massage.
Yeah. What we have here is we have.
Pak Yayat, you want to massage?
You want to be massage? You can go to Biotrop. Therapeutic garden and
vegetables and fish for food.
is there anything beside therapeutic and stainless steel? Aquatic? No, not yet.
At least this is good for pre-wedding.
This is for the outdoor class, yeah.
And this is the DJ, it's not live, really live.
Yeah.
Because we need to take a DJ first, and then you can upload. So it's like you can do for the real.
Yeah.
No, nowadays you need CCTV actually. If bird view of if bird view of Bing, you know Microsoft Bing. If bird view of Microsoft Bing is quite active in your area, you can have a real-time observation because the satellite. Now the best satellite image, before one satellite the resolution is 900 meters. What I know now they have the 30 meters. And even the new one is not really satellite, they combine with photography method. They plan to have 1 meter resolution. And the latest one that I know, they try really to push hard to 430 centimeters. So when you take a bath, please ensure there is no satellite across your area. Satellite, China satellite, they use not only satellite but bird view from the camera. They can zoom in, they can see Bu Jaituna is walking.
Yeah.
That's why the ethical clearance now is very debated because it's against our privacy.
Yes. Very interesting. Yes. So I think we have an online participant here also, but may we call maybe from online participant, do you have any suggestion or comment or question? You may raise your hand or maybe comment on the chat box. Not yet?
If not, I propose, sorry, Ms. Moderator, we can fill in the matrices.
Yes.
Because I think in my experience, usually when we have a workshop, after the workshop, everything is gone.
Yeah.
It's the same when we have a class, After the class, the paper is scanned, the student forget.
Next slide.
So the last slide 8, you just type there. We put the country like this from Brunei. The adoption is with the modalities of school garden, right? And what the recommendation? Like to myself, the recommendation is we can have these things shared to our GB members. They are interested in which part. So that will be the writer is not only Syamil Bioto. And the GB member also doesn't need like the GB will need to write like Professor Amirul, Ms. Jetuna, Mr. It's fine. You can also say your graduate student to be part of the team. So I think that's a real simple action we can make, but then we can have a big impact. So we just put in these matrices, and then the secretariat will formulate it, GB chair, and then send back to you for your approval as part of the GB meeting, because this is actually the extension of working group on IAT, right? This is not separate workshop. This is actually a part of the working. Maybe our director.
Please, Pak.
Thank you, Dr. Farida, Dr. Masura, and also our director. I just think one thing that I still thinking about, the AUG. The most interesting is sustainable maintenance of the area, of everything, facility in the AUG. And then how to link the sustainable maintenance to the governance system. Because now we know that the CBO, international organization hosted by government of Indonesia through the Ministry of Education, right? And which we have here three interesting stakeholders. One, Ministry of Education, government of Indonesia, and the second one is CBO, and the third one is the CMO, represented by the CMS. And then another one is home base, IPB University, IPB University. And then what is the governance option? What is governance option? Can we use the proportional approach governance option? If we use that, we are thinking about the commercialization of this implementing concept. I mean, we need to assess willingness to pay, how much the customer want to pay for the ticketing for example. Okay, this is professional concept governance. We need to put, the operator should be professional oriented. And the second one, if we will use these facilities, I mean the AET, to be a fully free services. Okay, if we use this approach, so the Ministry of Education to the higher education should provide every year a number of finance through national budget line, for example. Okay, or we need to provide the financing come from the sponsorship system. You mentioned about we can request, we can ask, commercial bank in Indonesia, for example, or maybe other countries, belonging to the Indonesian government company, and then the second one, who have so many multinational company I think by using your institution, we can request them to participate through they provide a little bit, sharing money from the GSR, of the corporate social responsibility. Yeah, because our main purpose is how to educate not only students, lecturer, but also the communities. Yeah, the communities to increase their honor, how to save, how to conserve our biodiversity, as Pak Rektor mentioned, not only for food security, but also for the how to protect the biomaterial, and so on and so on. Yeah, because we know that biodiversity is really multi-purposes, including how to maintain our healthy and also our beauty, right? Because so many things, the biomaterial come from the biodiversity. Yeah, for example, stainless steel, honey stainless steel. So in Indonesia we call madu, or dairy doesn't want madu. Honey, honey is okay because coffee honey is really memorized, romantic calling. honey. So I mean, our main focus is how to increase and how to educate people, including a student course, to conserve our biodiversity in the future. This is the most interesting. So why we will transform the facility which has by the senior biotrop through the monetary obligation, because we don't have directly our ownership. Yes, because all facilities and land belonging to the government of Indonesia. Yeah, this is the problem. Yeah, the problem. I mean, in the final, in my opinion, Pak Gary, because we are international organization, and then how what to put legal standing to operate this AEG in the future. Of course, every country has a different regulation and different policy. About the international organization position in each country. In Indonesia, President already mentioned about the president degree, about the state of the international organization in Indonesian country. Maybe can be differentiated with when the semi regional center in Malaysia, we have Malaysia is three regional centers, Malaysia, and then Trompet, So by that, this one also our homework, to put the position of the government by the who will operate this CAT in the Biotop directly, or maybe it can cooperate with the private sector, or maybe with the NGO, maybe or directly can request home-based IPB University to be our partner. If the IPB University as the state autonomous university, maybe all things can be commercialized, but how to put the rule collaboration between the IPB University and the CBM Biotop, because CBM Biotop also need how to develop and maintain our institution in the future. For example, we need to provide scholarship. So the money come from this program to become to endowment fund, to become for institutional development, to become to the human resource development, and so on and so on. I think this is either the most interesting legal standing and also the governance option, Dr. Trina and Bu Mastula. And then the final one, my opinion, my question is, especially for Mastula, I just talked him about the how to transform, from the office and area Yeah. Only just for education and then to be the tourism activities. Yeah. Yeah, because this one is different. If we compare only, for professional or commercial agro-eco-tourism, yeah, it's little bit easy because we just invest to put their money and then they manage by them. Only just how many years contract between the government, they use the one area because sometimes the forest area belonging to the government. There's sometimes but the small area belonging to private sector, but irrigation area, right? But the ecosystem habitat always belonging to the government. Yeah. I think that's all my opinion here. Just to aid any. I just prepare at least already 4 slides, yeah. But there will be 4 slides already sent to Thank you.
Yeah, we will show it maybe later.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Zulhan. So we back to this slide. So maybe from this country, we try to gain what is your communication.
One thing, but the Professor was not mentioned about the community engagement.
Yeah, communication. Yeah.
The government has the policy how to protect the community belonging in the area of the tourism or whatever. Because we know that when the one area, especially we know that the mountain area and then the beach area, coastal area, if so beautiful, can give a service for cultural services. Finally will come to the private sector. Indonesia case in Sumba Island, for example, the all area of the beach is already belonging to the private sector. So how come to protect and engage the community as your experiences I go everywhere in Indonesia about the situation. Finally, the communities only just to be employee or labor in the private sector as well, the use of the area of the ecosystem. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Pak. Maybe Professor Maskudan, could you please explain a little bit about the community, community and the management and the conservation of their.
I think similar situation also happened here in another Penang Hill. Very preserved. We go to Penang National Park. Those areas is actually near to public planning, and all the areas is actually private areas. We have all the hotels in what we call that that area is actually belongs to the richer community. Okay, so we have the fisherman community, but just mentioned by that they actually involved in the tourism sector. They move into tourism sector and not actually serious in fishing activities. Okay, for the Penang Hill also we have similar condition. Most of that is actually squatters, so they prefer to be quiet, not involved in any activities because they afraid that their status will be revealed and will affect their social time. See,
Yes. So, okay, that's all. Okay. Okay, please.
I think another concern that I would like to raise to the body and to our group, maybe Dr. Ferdinand, we need to document what are the minimum requirements
Yes.
for an institution or for a community to establish Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism. So we need minimum requirements and initial attributes or dimensions for us to establish AET.
Yes.
And then I think second one, my concern is the sustainability plan. So how can this AEET be properly sustained by the different member countries? So it should be properly sustained. And then in relation to the sustainability plan, I would like also to pose to the group that we need also to have some documents on monitoring and evaluation.
Yes.
So are we looking at the output and the outcome? So it's very easy for us to determine the output, number of participants, number of books published, number of written accounts for that experience. But I think in relation to the output, we should also take note of the outcome. Will there be any transformation on the part of an individual? Will there be transformation on the part of the community? So I think those are some of my thoughts in terms of incorporating these items in the document. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner Andre. So you mentioned about minimal requirement, deployment on AT, and also the sustainability for the AT. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe these all can be implemented also in other countries, right? Yeah. Okay. So maybe here we can maybe hear from the Cambodia inside, Dr. Isabel or anything? Yeah, please, sir. Oh.
Good morning.
Okay.
And
Okay, later. Okay, please.
thank you. Yes, so for this program, it's very new to us, to me, from Cambodia. So Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism. And yeah, but I think it is we're passionate to learn, to understand about this program, and as much as I can, and then I think we're looking for opportunity. Probably the location can be a challenge. I think maybe the quality you may suggest. I'm thinking area where it is as close to the people, because normally out in our country the reserve is quite far, like we are in a flat like a pan-shaped country. So you see the border is on each of the country, and in the middle is kind of like agricultural area, a lot of flat land and flat. So but anyway, there are also some mountainous area, like for example the Khas area, but mainly it's occupied by a cement company. Even though some area is already dedicated for conservation, that is I'm thinking about when I noticed some area. But again, I'm listening carefully to see like what are the minimum requirements and what are challenges. So it's interesting. So thank you. That is my perception on the program.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Isabel. So because I already visited your RUPP, right? Yeah. So you have very good facilities there also. Then you can maximize to maybe to implement this AT concept. So thank you very much for your comments. Okay, maybe we move to Budarlina, please. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Madari. I'm really agree with Commissioner Aldrin about the minimum requirement in developing the AET. Since our team like Amirul said about the AET, but it's just like a mandate to all staff actually. So I just want to ask about the adoptions and also the application of the AET program. This has been discussed in the MGD last week, and I just want to ask Dr. Ferdinand, how actually have you conducted the what we call impact analysis on the AET, for example, your bee garden prototype, for example, so that we have a standardized criteria. And also, it's really good if it can be there's a key indicator for the new development of the AET program in any other countries or any other places and locations. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bu. So maybe Pak Ferdinand, please, impact analysis.
That's why I propose to have this matrix
that
we found here.
Yeah.
So maybe impact analysis you can add recommendation from Malaysia. Right?
Yeah.
So we fill in this matrices because actually Xiaomi Virtual should have the idea, propose, triggering action, but then the member state that do the work together with us. Right? That's all regional center. Because we are the center and then we do the network. So I think we just fill in this matrices because the impact analysis is part of the IAP plan from second 2025 and 2025. But then if USM want to take a chart of this one, we gonna and then we're gonna link and who gonna involve, because I did this when I have a project in ASEAN with all member states at that time. Pak Darila, and then Vietnam and Indonesia agree on working at that time on crop insurance, and then we apply a funding, and then we do work for crop insurance, Philippines and others, and it's at that time is organized by CAFA.
Yeah.
That's why I apply a similar concept actually, and then we produce regional policy paper that must be signed at minimum by the DGs of the country, and then it's in touch with all the member states. It's about agriculture across Southeast Asia. So this is the same. So we just put this because impact analysis sometimes maybe we just at the beginning have some Zoom meeting and agree on a number of indicators. We don't have to think very hard like for research publication that we're going to publish in a journal article. Even nowadays, for journal article, very high reputable journal, it can be just literature review or opinion or reviews, right? So we should not very afraid of the burden of too much work. If we can fill in, let's say make it simple. If we can fill in these matrices for all member states, and then we can have a workshop report saying the minimum requirement of the AET is proposed by IMS, right? So we can tell what's the AET, and then to run AET,
I want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
We can ask directly, for example, what's the minimum requirement and the participant, like just mention, probably. Yeah, in this form, for example,
that's why we put this matrix and mass community will type in. Impact analysis is in 2025 actually. Because because the impact analysis and monitoring evaluation is almost hand in hand, right? It's hand in hand. And then legislation like our GBJ propose how we want to approach the legislation. Because if you look at from the international framework, the adoption across the countries, and talking about biodiversity, actually it's already there. The legislation already supported. The problem is operationalization, right? Sport specifically integration. So if I can propose, we can just fill in this matrices, and then we look at again whether or not all the member state propose already there. And then after that, the pole of action is the center. We'll wrap up and formulate this, our GB chair, and then we can send to all GB members and which part you are interested in, right? for the required funding, who's gonna do work, it's next on. Because like myself, for example, I can just say to my graduate student, I have this idea, want to do research on this, right? You do the research for us, right? So I think this is the way how we approach it. The idea I think is coming from the CMU Center, and then the follow-up action will be the secretariat works, and then the real action is conducted by the member state. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Can we exercise a little bit about the? I think I will be a co-facilitator in the area, okay? And then we have here a participant, please, what the minimum requirement in your just mention 1, 2, 3 words. What is the minimum requirement? Yeah, we will come first from the Danila, I think, yeah. Just mention.
Minimal requirement.
You already many is right size, right?
Yeah.
So size.
And then other maybe that we exercise because this workshop also look like focus group discussion, right? Just annually, and then secretariat and team will be developed. What is the meaning of the only just maybe take 10 minutes maybe 5 minutes, okay, just mention from
Yes.
what is the solution? Put you on the spot. Okay. Maybe the minimum requirement. First and foremost, we have to take a look at the physical structure. Okay. Physical facilities. What is the required land area?
Give a change for others.
Others will get answer. I agree with you.
So next.
Yeah, and then we Brunei.
Okay, for Brunei, I think we need the proposal or the working paper for this one. To adopt, if we want to adopt this one, usually we will ask the proposal paper. Yeah. Okay, proposal. So I have to bring the proposal paper.
Yeah, continue with the Thailand.
Yes, for myself, I think about the infrastructure in the land side. Yes, because for myself, I think if we might transfer the knowledge to the student, to the other guys, so sometimes we invite them to stay there for 2 or 3 days and give them knowledge and for sightseeing around the area.
Yeah. Continue with Pageri. I haven't thought about this one. But I think, I'm just noting down whatever the member countries are saying. I think the proposal will be good. I'm actually not sure if we should bring this up in the high efficiency meeting. We have to, then we should. Yeah. From Cambodia.
For me, I think we need a team.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
So for me, I think the first thing will be financing. And also another one is the availability of land for establishing. So ADUT. So another one maybe be permission from the concerned ministry. Thank you.
Permission from the ministry.
Concerned ministry. Government media. Oh.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. A few factors will be involved. I think, as I said, basically in USM, I think it's everywhere. Everyone is doing all this being presented by the the best thing, one of the things that we need to do, I think, the proposal, and of course, bigger challenge will be the financial thing.
And
Yeah.
of course, the third thing going to be is sustainability. How to sustain, normally we are always excited with what we want to do. But end of the day, come a white elephant, we call it. I think these three things, looking at the criteria, as mentioned just now, it can be according to the country.
Yeah.
What you think is best for A, E, E, T, some people think this need to be inside, and we think the criteria need to be there. So that's the thing I'm thinking. Dr. Daria, anything else?
Yeah.
You were mentioning something just now.
It's about the curriculum for the AED program.
Ayaya?
Fishing.
Where's Ayaya?
Oh,
Fishing.
That's cool. It's like winter.
Sorry, I should move since I just realized that it was so cold.
Direct ventilation.
Yeah, I think what we can do after the minimum requirement again is that Malaysia and Indonesia should give best practice to support them, because it is like that when one institution has a good one, it can become the example. I guess so. And apart from the fund, the proposal, I agree. I really agree with the proposal. Yeah. To the ministry. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Who else? From Singapore? From Masura? Do you have anything to add? Yeah. Maybe you have a suggestion.
I agree with our partner now when you mentioned about best practice. Yeah, we always follow what will be the best solution. And then we try to follow the model on best practice.
Thank you. So maybe from Singapore, do we have a participant from Singapore?
Yeah.
Online maybe?
Online.
From online participant?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna hear this.
Okay.
We have.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Yes, I just more.
Dr. Yeah.
Yeah. There is no. Ini.
Yeah.
Is representative. Yes.
From Singapore, Dr. Lia.
I'm
Couldn't find, I'm sorry, the name.
Maxima. So that we can see.
I couldn't find the name. You will come. No. Oh, yeah. So, Mr. or Miss? Mr. Ang-Yuten, do you have any suggestion or comments? This is from Singapore, right?
It's not Canada. Like that. Don't I do? No.
None?
Okay, maybe.
So is there anything that we have to mention or beside the minimal requirement and the document, capacity building, financing information.
So Dewi,
Yes.
we should ask to Dr. Romy because.
Yeah, Dr. Romy,
You claim about what.
Comment.
And what it has been formed about the another thing about the criteria.
Okay.
And the Dr. Romy.
Yeah, please. You are free to comment.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, maybe for the first thing that I would like to say is what is the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism? This is actually one of the minimal requirement that AET should have. Is agro is made we have to promote the agricultural product that we have.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then the second one, eco, is mean the environmental conservation, the educational, the environmental education also should be involved in that AET. And the last one, education. Education is actually the core thing that what we are working on. Education is mean what kind of the educational package that we would like to offer to our visitors, or to our, we call it to our visitors. That maybe we have to really to develop what kind of, we always call it the program, what kind of the educational program that we would like to offer in our AET. But it should be in the frame of tourism, because tourism is not about, we have to, we have to deliver something that's sophisticated to be so simple. We have to deliver something so difficult to be the fun. That's why AET should to be the biodiversity conservation education. We would like to have the biodiversity for fun. So that's what we really need in the minimal requirement of the AET. Yeah, besides the line size and extra the facilities. And also in 2021, also in 2022, actually Biotrop has developed the criteria and indicators on the development of AET. However, this criteria indicator is actually implemented in vocational high schools.
Yeah.
In vocational high schools, that we tried to do it last year in 6 vocational high schools, and in Indonesia, not really Indonesia, yeah, in Indonesia, in the West Java specifically, and they actually said they really do or follow the criteria indicators to develop the AET in their schools, because AET can be done in the city, in the universities, also in the school. So that maybe what I would like to really deliver about the Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism.
About the educational section.
Yeah.
Because now we have some laboratory just used for the scientific purposes, but now how to transform from the academic purposes to be the enjoyable for to educate visitors on platform.
Yeah.
This is interesting about it.
Yeah, that's why we are talking about the learning package, the educational package. Is actually like maybe in USM, just for example, USM have several laboratories, several like maybe entomologist laboratories or biotech and etc. And maybe that laboratories can be represented when it's to be the part of the AET, can be represented in one of the prototypes. Just called maybe why it is actually the reason why in Biotrop we develop stingless bee garden. That's actually the prototype to provide information from our entomology laboratories actually. One of the things is about so the student can go to the lab, but it's better that can just see the prototype. That's what we are working on. We are trying to put something in lab to the outside, but it's still showing the things that in the lab, but it's not really what can in the lab put at the outside. So there are a lot of things that we really try to make the concept of the
what we would like to reoffer to the students. So that's maybe from me.
Yeah, thank you very much. So that's why, so one important thing is how we define the target of beneficiaries of this AET. So that's why when we come with the modules SOP to who it can be beneficiaries, right? So it is different because we have many students, many level of students, for instance, right? And then we have like public, we have maybe from the partner from international. Yeah. So that's why we have to define the target of beneficiaries. Okay, and please, Commissioner.
Yeah, thank you. Another concern that I'm thinking is on quality assurance. I think this is part of monitoring and evaluation. After we have incorporated all the attributes and dimensions for us to meet the minimum requirements, and in line with the implementation of this program or this project Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism, how can we possibly assure that we are delivering quality to our stakeholders? I think it has something to do with the quality assurance. So who will define, maybe Silvio Biotrop can address this, who will define whether or not we're still at par with the quality, or we're still at par with what is being expected of us? So I think that should also be included in our future discussions or in our future in the documents that we're going to prepare later on. So it's more on quality assurance and monitoring and evaluation. And then, as I have said a while ago, I think this is part of the sustainability plan. So how can we properly sustain this project and properly realize the evolving mechanism? So I think as we implement this project, we should consider this project as a continuously evolving project. So that would be what we call some attributes or dimensions that will be evolved later on as we implement this project. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, any comment before we conclude our meeting today? I think we missed one part from Singapore. Yeah.
No agro. Singapore.
No agro.
It's very hard to put agro. But actually, if the agro definition is agricultural products, no problem, right?
Yeah.
Vegetable, fruit,
Yes.
it's not agro like milk, agro.
Okay. So maybe it's already 12. We will have prayer, Pak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prayer.
Yeah. Friday prayer. Yeah. Before we conclude. So maybe for today's session, I think we have collect all the ideas and also the comments and also the suggestion for the implementation for our agency. So I believe that all participants here from each country agree to adopt this concept, right? And then we have to make a next stage to make it come true in each countries, which is that's why we discuss about the recommendation from each countries. And then maybe for later on, we will I think make a working paper, right? Dr. Romi, Ferdinand and Kazuna. And then we have to after the working paper, we will send it to you back. Yeah. And then one important thing is we have to get what? Oh, yeah.
Just to make it workable.
Yeah.
If possible, maybe because I like
because I like what Bu Darlina said. When Prof. Amirul means it's a duty for us. So if you also can propose to the center, so we can formulate better.
Yeah.
Because I just found only 2 requirements if we can compile. Because when listening, I try to compile is one is structure and institutional arrangement. So how we what is the AET in terms of structure and institutional arrangement? Because Champion should just compile, collect, and then synthesize, right? So what is the structure and institutional arrangement for this AET? Let's say if it is conducted by the School of Biology, what is blah blah blah. This will be a good variety. And the second one is quality assurance. This quality assurance with related with the minimum requirement, the analysis, the beneficiaries, etc. There are already a number of formats to have for this kind of things. But one more thing that I think our GB chair, please allow me to propose this one. If possible, the potential contact persons who will work with our center to produce these follow-up activities, including maybe we agree or not, if there is potential funding opportunities to be shared.
Yeah.
For example, like Asia Pacific Network, they provide for this kind of activities, usually for initiation across Asia Pacific countries based in Kobe, Japan, $4,000 US. Not 4,000, 40,000 US. Just to conduct a workshop, etc. And the end result will be document. They just ask for document. So maybe through CMA Biotrop we can apply this APN. I was APN awardee before, and then they asked me to apply again. I don't want to. I said once is enough. But then this is different. This is the center requirement. We need name there usually. Because name for each country, usually we need the name there. We can formulate this. We have Pak Romi and his staff to do the clerical things. But then the idea must be coming from member state, right? And then like this one. So we don't want to burden you with like 2 days and then we wait your report not updated. But at least there is a name that we can contact for this technical, because I don't think it's permissible if we always contact our GBs for two technical details. That's our GB channel, right? The ethics also need to be advocate. That's why I love when Bu Darlina says, "Oh, if our dinner says something, it's our obligation." So it's good. Yeah, that's my proposed GB channel.
Thank you very much. That's very good idea. So maybe we can start from now. From Paromi, and then from Brunei, was it?
Oh, there.
Bu Hamada.
Bu Hamada.
Yes. Good.
Maybe we can ask for the WhatsApp number, right?
Yeah, later.
Later on, yeah. And then from Malaysia, with the data, congratulations. Congratulations. And then from the Philippines, Commissioner Alvin.
Yeah, it's Dr. Ochi Fuentes.
Dr. Ochi.
Yeah, Ochi.
Jangan ketik nama-namanya. Nih, tadi
Yes.
Yeah. Oji.
AUGIE. Apple.
There is no U. Just the spell name is the complete letter of the complete name.
Brunei.
Miss Hamada. Ramadan. And from Cambodia. You yourself? Okay, well, it's a my Thank you very much, sir.
You.
And from Thailand, Dr. Kosak.
Maybe myself.
Yourself, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And from Sines, no, from Myanmar. Yeah, yourself. Thank you, sir.
You can ask the student later on.
And from one more, Singapore. But we don't have 11 years. Oh,
We can send a letter.
yeah, I think we.
Good idea.
So, that's all? Pak Ferdinand?
Yes, I will conclude, because for the formalization, the center will draft the letter from the GB Secretariat, because GB Secretariat already established through the GB meeting, and also already have the personnel in touch and all the facilities that we focusing on it to serve for the GB members at Seminar. So we will draft the letters and also the assignment for the name that the GB already proposed, including the one who cannot attend this GBM 61. So maybe they will have the proposed name, and then after that it's like not working order. It's like just a letter with the name, etc. So maybe if it is also possible for who are from the university to use as a credit. Because at IPB, for example, if you get that letter, you also can get a credit, right? It's community development credit, and one credit, and one semester only require one community development credit. So we already fulfill. That's the impact of Xiaomi Biotron, right? So make it simple, but it's impactful. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Ferdinand and all. Maybe one more closing statement from Professor Mastura, please, before we conclude our meeting today. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for. I've not invitated to thank you for the opportunity. Many things I've learned during this workshop and presentation discussion. So inshallah we will work together with the Pendidikan Datuk team, okay, to look into Agro-Edu, USM. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Please give big applause to our speakers here and all of us. So maybe before we close the meeting, we have a souvenir, Pak Romi, Dr. Romi. Is there anything? For promoting Pak. Okay, please, Bu Mastura. Yes. Yeah. Please. Yeah. And Commissioner Adrians.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much. And one more for Dr. Darlina, Bu Darlina, as our facilitator.
Very important person. VIP.
This is what our technical.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and thank you very much. And one more, maybe may I invite Commissioner Abdul to give a closing remark? Thank you. Yeah.
Workshop, right?
Okay, on behalf of the members of the governing board of Simeo Bayotrop, we would like to express our deep gratitude to all the participants, especially to the men and women of USM.
Yes.
For preparing all of these things. For us to properly discuss and exchange insights, our views and our expert feedbacks about the proper implementation of Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism. I wish that this Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism would really impact the community and also would make a significant difference to our community stakeholders, because this is a very important project, a very important initiative of Simeo Bayotrop. As the governing board chair and also together with all the GB members, we are one with Simeo Bayotrop in the implementation and in the realization of the objectives, the purpose of Agro-Eco-Edu-Tourism. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you very much, and I will be back to Dr. Romy. Please, Dr. Romy.
Okay, so thank you very much. Sorry, just go up and down. Yes. So a conversation about the discussion of the been end. So yeah, as the request we need to have the picture session, photo session, photography. Now maybe we can go to everyone can go to the front and we can have the session.
Which places very good for
or any
you need to go outside?
Yeah, outside. When? Are you?
Here and outside. Here, yeah, with the backdrop.
Need some time, but of course,
Our
the
administration.
stairs are very good to take a photograph.
Yeah.
But we don't have a Venice.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kami ayan, bersangka, ayo bersangka, ayo betul, kan jadi. Yang tinggi di atas. Masalahnya tingginya berapa sih?
Yeah, okay.
Tinggi berapa? Bedanya tinggi. Pikirin dulu ya. Ah iya kan.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lebih kayak yang biasa foto.
Boleh di yang di atas.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. Can I have thumbs up? Thumbs up. Okay.
Oh, thumbs up.
1, 2. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and freestyle in 3, 2, 1, go.
Freestyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lunch. Prayer is 1 o'clock. One, say a time, yeah.